Shaw. In the year 2000, Yahoo was valued at over $125 billion. It was the front door to the internet for hundreds of millions of people. By 2017, its core internet business sold for roughly $4.48 billion. That is a decline of more than 96% from its dot-com peak. The story of how Yahoo went from defining the internet to becoming a cautionary tale is not simply a story about one bad decision or one missed acquisition. It is a story about what happens when a company built for one era of the internet fails to recognize that the era has ended. Yahoo began in 1994 as a hobby project by two Stanford University electrical engineering PhD students, Jerry Yang and David Filo. The internet was new, disorganized, and growing faster than anyone could track. Their original creation was a hand-curated directory of websites, essentially a human-edited guide to what existed online. They initially called it Jerry and David's Guide to the World Wide Web before renaming it Yahoo. The timing was perfect. Millions of new users were coming online every month, and they had no idea where to go. Yahoo gave them a starting point, a sense of order in the chaos of early cyberspace. The model worked because the early web was small enough to be organized by hand, and users valued curation over raw technology. Yahoo was not primarily a search engine in the technical sense. It was a portal, a destination where people began their internet sessions and found everything from news to email to stock quotes in one place. This design was enormously effective in the mid to late 1990s. Yahoo added mail, finance, sports, and news. Each service pulled users deeper into the ecosystem. Advertisers paid premium rates because Yahoo could deliver massive, engaged audiences across multiple verticals simultaneously. The growth flywheel was straightforward. More users attracted more advertisers. More advertising revenue funded more content and services. More services attracted more users. By 1998, Yahoo had become the most visited website on the internet. It was not merely a technology company, it was a media company, an advertising company, and a cultural phenomenon. The Yahoo brand appeared everywhere, from billboards to television commercials to the tip of every tongue when someone mentioned going online. For millions of people, Yahoo was synonymous with the internet itself. At its peak in January 2000, Yahoo's market capitalization exceeded $125 billion. It dominated web traffic metrics. Yahoo Mail was one of the largest email services in the world. Yahoo Finance was the default destination for retail investors checking their portfolios. The company employed thousands of people and operated across dozens of countries. Its cultural power was immense. If you needed to find something on the internet between 1996 and 2001, you very likely started at Yahoo. But a structural weakness was already embedded in Yahoo's foundation. The company had built its dominance on being the place people started, not the place that best answered their questions. Its directory model and portal strategy depended on users wanting to linger, wanting to browse, wanting to be entertained within Yahoo's walls. The internet, however, was moving in the opposite direction. As the web grew exponentially, no human-curated directory could keep pace with the flood of new pages appearing every day. Users increasingly wanted to ask a specific question and get a specific answer. Yahoo treated the internet like a magazine. The future demanded something closer to a utility. Google launched in 1998 with a fundamentally different philosophy. Where Yahoo organized the web by category, Google ranked it by relevance using algorithms. Where Yahoo wanted you to stay, Google wanted to get you where you were going as quickly as possible. This was not initially obvious as a mortal threat. Yahoo even used Google as its back-end search provider for a period around 2000. The irony is devastating in hindsight. Yahoo was sending millions of users to a service that would ultimately replace it, effectively training its own audience to prefer a competitor's core product. The decisions made under pressure compounded the problem. Yahoo reportedly had opportunities to acquire Google in the early 2000s, but negotiations collapsed. Yahoo also had an early opportunity to purchase Facebook. Neither deal closed. These missed acquisitions became legendary symbols of Yahoo's decline, but they were symptoms of a deeper failure to commit to a technical identity. Yahoo's leadership oscillated between defining the company as a technology platform and defining it as a media company. This strategic ambiguity prevented decisive resource allocation toward either path, leaving Yahoo stranded between two visions without fully executing on either one. The unraveling accelerated after 2005. Google's advertising machine generated exponentially growing revenue, pulling advertisers away from Yahoo's display-heavy model. Yahoo's search market share eroded steadily year after year. A revolving door of chief executives, each bringing different strategic priorities, failed to reverse the core decline. Layoffs occurred in waves. Products launched and were abandoned. Internal culture fragmented as employees lost confidence in the company's direction. The brand, once electric with possibility, became associated with indecision and missed opportunities. Marissa Mayer's tenure from 2012 to 2017 represented the final high-profile attempt at revival. Yahoo spent heavily on acquisitions during her leadership, including the purchase of Tumblr for approximately $1.1 billion in 2013. Tumblr's value was subsequently written down substantially, signaling that the acquisition had not generated expected returns. Meanwhile, two massive data breaches affecting billions of user accounts were disclosed during the period leading up to the company's sale, further damaging trust and complicating negotiations with potential buyers. In 2017, Verizon Communications acquired Yahoo's core internet operating business for approximately $4.48 billion. The remaining entity, holding Yahoo's valuable stakes in Alibaba Group and Yahoo Japan, renamed itself Altaba and functioned essentially as an investment holding company before eventually dissolving. The brand that once defined the internet became a division inside a telecommunications company. According to available source information, Yahoo is now operated by Yahoo Inc., which is 90% owned by Apollo Global Management and 10% by Verizon. The aftermath reshaped how Silicon Valley thinks about dominance and permanence. Yahoo's infrastructure, talent, and brand fragments scattered across the industry. Former Yahoo employees went on to lead and build at dozens of other major companies. Yahoo Mail, Yahoo Finance, and Yahoo News continue to operate and serve millions of users, but as utilities rather than gateways. The portal model itself effectively died as a primary internet strategy, replaced by search, social networks, and algorithmic feeds that delivered personalized content without requiring users to come to a single destination. The mechanism here is precise. Yahoo built an empire on being the starting point for an internet that was small enough to curate. When the internet became too vast for curation and users wanted algorithmic precision over human editorial judgment, Yahoo's structural advantage became a structural liability. The company's inability to choose between being a technology company and being a media company meant it invested insufficiently in both paths. Google did not destroy Yahoo through some unpredictable stroke of genius. Google built the product that the growing internet required, while Yahoo remained optimized for an internet that no longer existed. The lesson is not about a single missed deal or a single failed leader. It is about the cost of building an empire on a temporary condition of the market and mistaking that condition for a permanent one.